What's up, guys? Welcome to Kinda Funny's live reaction to the first PlayStation State of Play in quite a long time, focusing on Ghost of Tsushima. That's hard to say. I'm Tim Gettys, joined by Greg Miller, Andy Cortez, Blessing Adeoye Jr. How stoked are you guys for this?
I'm
very excited.
What do you want to see from it? Because I have one thing on my mind. 3 letters. HUD.
Oh. Yes, no, honestly, that's what I was going to say. Yes. I mean, it's funny, as everything goes in our life and how it always has with whether it be Beyond or PS I Love You. Blessing and I did Monday afternoon, then Tuesday morning when we released it, they shortly after released that they were going to do this. And on Monday/Tuesday's PS I Love You, we talked about the fact that if you're going to do something, you need to do it soon, right? And what I want to see is HUD. I want to see in-game menus. I want to see what this game actually looks like on a moment-to-moment basis.
Has that just been the theme for this whole time? Show me a HUD.
Show me a HUD.
That's been the theme for this whole week.
Nate Fox, stop being a fucking coward. Do chud and show me a HUD. Real quick, I don't know what chud means. So if that's really negative, I'm sorry.
It's like you can mute it while the premiere countdown's going.
Also, if we can remember, if you right click on it as a small window here in Discord, we can change it on our personal levels too.
Gotcha.
But yeah, that's what I want. Andy, what do you want out of it?
Do you think today is the day that we see the Mass Effect remaster? That's
Andy,
what I'm
shut
wondering.
up. Why would you ask that right?
Is Batman going to be here?
Yeah, I want to see, obviously, like, we've seen cool cutscenes, and God, it's really loud. What am I watching? Oh, there we go. There it is. We've seen awesome moments of cutscenes and stuff like that, and moments between characters, but I definitely want to see, coming out of the cutscene, walking over to a little table, maybe picking up, I don't know, what do you pick up? Like a fucking
samurai sword,
maybe a fruit, like for health or something like that. I just want to, I want to see gameplay elements.
Yeah. I think what's fascinating about this, again, what we talked about on PS I Love You, available now, podcast services, youtube.com/kindoffunnygames. Go subscribe to that YouTube channel. It's crazy that youtube.com/kindoffunny has more subs, because all they have is KFAF and the show sucks. What we've talked about, though, is that this is the first-party game from PlayStation in a while, not counting Death Stranding, that hasn't had like that, hey, come to LA or San Francisco and play for 2 to 4 hours. Because that's what we got with Days Gone, that's what we got with Spider-Man, that's what we got with God of War. And
Last of Us 2.
Last of Us 2, that benefited those games so much in giving us that idea of what it was. And Ghost has only been all this stuff. And I don't know if you were watching We Have Cool Friends exclusive. This isn't how it was supposed to go. McCaffrey was telling us that IGN had an IGN first for Ghost of Tsushima in April, and the COVID stuff happened. It all fell through. We would have had so much more Ghost of Tsushima stuff out if it wasn't for that dang pandemic.
Here we go. 18 minutes of goodness.
Anyone concerned about the partial nudity?
I'm very excited about it.
Yeah, pretty stoked.
We're all everybody on Twitch is getting banned if there's partial nudity.
Hello, everyone. I'm Jason Connell from Sucker Punch Productions. We have a lot to show you today about Ghost of Tsushima. Combat, customization, special modes. But first, let's take a look at how you explore the world of Tsushima.
Kart racer mode.
Tsushima. What if Andrew Goldfarb walks in?
That'd be really exciting.
Oh, he's
out.
Start speaking Japanese.
Exploration has been at the heart of our open world design since the very beginning. But you can't have exploration if you don't have curiosity. So we've continually asked ourselves, how can we let the island guide you in the most thematic and immersive ways possible?
Leslie, what the fuck are you laughing about, bro?
No, I'm just getting so much like Breath of the Wild vibes. And I'm very happy.
Yeah, I know, right? Are they about to say there's no HUD, there's no nothing, no waypoints?
There it is.
Techniques. Andy, take notes. Thank you, Andy. Use the guiding wind to navigate the island.
Oh, man.
Is he going to use his hat to fly down? Okay. Hit L3. Sprint. There we go. Thank you.
There it is. There it is.
Yeah.
Remember when Nick thought it was a hard question? Epona is the horse in what game? God damn it, Nick.
I cannot wait to see this in proper 4K.
I was gonna say, yeah, I can't wait to when this is
That
done.
HDR, Tim.
Oh. Fuck me.
These are like my Animal Crossing flowers.
I was gonna say,
Already
how
want
much
to
do
give a
they
shout
go
out
for?
to the soundtrack too.
Yeah, this is beautiful.
Call Gust any time to point in the right direction.
That's so fucking sick.
That's really cool.
That's awesome.
no.
No!
The YouTube feed also like at least 5 seconds behind what we're watching.
Got some animals over there, Andy.
Dude, I gotta say, like, for it being another Japan samurai game, I've never seen anything look like this. Like, the way they're showing Japan is very unique.
Well, you figure in so many ways, right? This is they're the answer where people are always like, I want an Assassin's Creed in feudal Japan.
Also, I couldn't tell you what time it is right
Guiding
now.
Wind can take you to all kinds of locations in the game.
Shut up, Andy.
Like
In
this
real life?
homestead that's been taken over by the
IRL are in the game. Oh, you
It
can't
can
tell
also
if it's
take you to
night or
your
day.
next big story moments, or even help you find
I
rare
don't know.
collectibles. But what about the things that you don't know about, that you haven't seen yet, that you don't know exist? Keep your eyes peeled for other visual cues. Smokestacks on the horizons, interesting and odd-shaped trees, or maybe even animals trying to get your attention.
So is some fucking talking squirrel gonna stop me?
Excuse me, sir.
Help! A mean old hunter stole my nuts. Can you help me get them back? Sure can. I'm the ghost. Ghost of Tsushima.
And this is this gen, guys.
Whoa, who's that?
Is that Perry the parrot?
Grab my legs and I'll fly you around, Ghost. All right, thanks.
Hey, Ghost.
Stay away,
God,
my
that's
lord.
so cool, man.
The spirits of vengeful samurai haunt this forest.
It's interesting. R2 seems to be the like action
Interact
button for
button.
talk and like interacting with things. That's
But also, fuck yeah, I can pick up items in the world while on the horse.
hell yeah.
Hell
From
yeah,
Assassin's
dog.
Creed. Stole it from Assassin's Creed.
I don't have to get off of it.
Stole it from Assassin's Creed.
Oh well, overrated game. I heard.
Maybe if you weren't just playing Apex, you'd know things like that.
No, well,
Embarrassing.
rather be clicking heads, you know.
Apex, very good game.
Ping system.
Great game.
Ping pong. Fox Dan. What does the fox say?
Man, this bit rate is rough, huh?
Yeah, this is.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Again, if you're watching what is our recording better on Kevin's side? Do you think this is what we're seeing through Discord because it's being streamed to us, right?
I think it's a little better.
Okay.
Like I'm watching the YouTube feed. I'm sure Kevin, it looks fine on his end.
Kebabs on TV says, Greg, stop ruining the moment. Kebabs, I don't know if this is your first fucking time watching a Reacts live, but if you don't want us to talk over it, get the fuck out.
Fucking
In fact,
break your dick
I'll go
off.
in better for you, Kebabs. I'm gonna fucking break your dick off and ban you for a
Whether you're
second.
just
Time out.
following string
You're in
authority
timeout for
that
10
leads you
minutes.
to a
Wow.
high
Didn't think it would be that
mountain
severe, but there you go.
Or maybe it's just a fox trying to show you something hidden in the woods.
Wait, you can make friends with a fox?
Either way, bring
Yeah,
your
dude.
sense of adventure and let the wind guide you.
Oh man, I love this so much.
This looks great. And I hate saying it because I hate Goldfarb, but this looks great.
Me too. Yeah.
He mocapped the horse, I heard.
Huh. little pony, little Shetland, you know. Oh, that's like the one photo everybody takes. Right?
Nailed it.
Hi, this is Nate Fox from Sucker Punch.
I love you, Nate.
Now, we just showed you some exploration, but let's switch gears and check out some combat.
Let's.
I really hope at the end he's like, "Hi, I'm Andrew Goldfarb, and yes, you can pet the dog." And it's just, oh my god, Jin petting a bunch of dogs in this game.
There are Pokestops around the world.
If you've ever seen a samurai movie, you know what to expect. Two warriors sizing each other up, waiting for the other to make the first move.
This is horny as hell, dude.
It is.
Hey Andy, is it looking ugly for you right now?
On our stream, it doesn't look great.
On you?
On YouTube, it looks fine.
Really?
Yeah.
Yo, these motherfuckers changed the aspect ratio to make it cinematic for the fucking samurai duel. That is rad.
As you can see, the Mongols are everywhere on this island. For Jin to succeed, he has to use real, skillful precision in fighting them. No wasted energy. Every strike must count.
Kev, what feed are we watching?
What do you? What's YouTube?
Interesting.
What?
Because this is ahead of the YouTube video I opened. So it's like, how's that possible?
Yeah, me too.
I don't know.
We're in the future.
Wizard great.
Kevin's a ghost in Tsushima.
Yep.
Snarf, snarf, ghost, need some help?
A little parry action. Oh,
So what buttons do you guys think you're hitting to attack? Would this be face buttons or do you think it's L2?
I'm thinking L2 R2.
I mean,
Yeah,
well,
I think
L1 and huh?
Because
Like God of
War.
War.
But it also kind of looks like Assassin's Creed, right? In terms of how
I
you
think they're
fought
going
there,
like
which
Soul
would be that.
style.
So Assassin's Creed went to the L2 R2, right?
Yeah,
For the later ones.
yeah. Or no, even it's R1, R2. Isn't it weak and strong in
So that was Jin
Assassin's?
fighting as a samurai.
Oh, is it
But
like that
now
in the
let's
older
see
one?
him take on the same group of Mongols
I don't remember, it's
as
been
the
so- such a long
dishonorable
time.
ghost. As the ghost, he'll use every dirty trick he can think up to even the
Whoa.
odds.
What a leap.
Even using fear as a weapon.
Pulled my hamstring there.
Oh man, this is very like Batman here.
The Ghost Man.
Oh my
Jesus.
hate
Just
to
talk
see
to him
it.
first, maybe. Like,
He was just watching for his friend. He doesn't even work here.
I was just looking for lightning bugs out here.
Ping, ping pong.
Damn.
Do you think Goldfarb can send us like the actual asset? You think he can infiltrate their systems?
What do you mean? Get us the
Like
trailer?
the actual
Oh my
trailer,
God.
this actual thing.
I don't see why he couldn't.
A nice, really good video file.
That was super cool. You see that when he was up there, he had two options. One was square and triangle, and it was to assassinate different people.
I like that.
I
Tim,
would
you
have
gonna
gone
play
for
this?
square, honestly.
Tim, you gonna play this?
Are you kidding me? Fuck yeah. I love them samurais. Need the Animush in my life.
You're not worried about the world being too big or anything? I know it's usually.
I mean,
like for
I
open
definitely am, but like this is selling me, man. Like, this is the type of love and care that I'm like, all right, cool.
world. Man, these guys got no necks now, man.
Because again, the more we watch this, like earlier, I was saying, it was
Oh my
just
God.
environment.
Oh, that's
This is
a great
intimidating, that guy.
animation. That's a great animation.
Yeah, that's super
That's
cool.
fucking cool.
Like they'll be terrified of you.
Like in the same way that the environments I think are super unique, even though like we've seen this so many different times. I think with the gameplay, it's the same idea where it's like we've seen so many of these elements before, but like, this somehow still feels like a fresh experience.
Oh yeah, 1,000,000%.
Oh yeah, for sure.
This looks
Well,
like a
it's-
lot of different games, but presentation-wise, it's on another level.
Yeah.
Oh,
And
yeah.
it seems like they're taking influences from games in ways that feel forward-looking. Like the open world stuff very much struck me as Breath of the Wild meets like Horizon in a way that's really cool. And this gameplay right here is very much like Assassin's Creed-y, like Batman-ish.
Beady Weedy, Assassin's Creedy.
Assassin's Creed-y.
I mean, I know it's cliche at this point to like compare everything to God of War, but I feel like God of War did such a good job where it came out and people were like, oh, it's kind of like it's Metroid Prime meets Uncharted meets this meets that, and then I feel like with this it's kind of like the same thing with it's Assassin's Creed meets Onimusha meets all this other stuff. It's all and Batman and Horizon. It's like that's a good thing.
I mean,
especially
those are all good things, especially if
Yeah,
you're
no, I
putting
want
them
that.
together in a way that like that works. Like
Yeah.
if the different elements work well together, and you're putting this fresh coat of paint on it, then like I'm totally in.
It'd be cool if they said at the end of this, you know what? It's out today.
You can play it now, but not you, Greg.
Huh.
He did it. Here we go.
Remember Jin the Rapper?
I don't.
In the MC, baby. I talked to him
Jim-
recently on
You might
Twitter.
have noticed that while
Did you really?
fighting as the samurai or sneaking around
I actually
as the
met him
ghost,
before.
Jin had on
Nobody
a
fucking cares,
different set of armor. That's because the armor in this game actually gives you different
really cool.
mechanical advantages. It's not just the way it looks. It helps accent your chosen playstyle. As you explore the world, you'll discover
Ooh.
Omamori charms. They'll give you an edge in battle. But more importantly, as your legend grows, you'll develop all new techniques which transform Jin from a samurai into the ghost.
Do you think there's a
The
dark
thing
mode
is,
for
you
the
get to decide how those techniques
Gonna be real bright for a while,
grow
that-
over time.
HDR TV?
It's always worth keeping an eye out for dye flowers. Find enough of them, and you can change the color of an armor. So not only do you
Oh,
get
you
to
know you
choose
could
how
get
the ghost
flowers.
gameplay evolves, but you can
say
fine-tune the
flowers.
look.
Wow. Good lord.
Dude. Yo, I was just playing Infamous First Light like yesterday,
Yeah, me too.
and this is such a jump, dude.
Yeah.
Man,
Like,
I'm
here's
gonna
what I'm
lose
saying.
so much
You give
time
me
in this
different
game.
colored trees, you give me different colored grass, I'm in.
Photo mode.
Like,
fuck yeah.
again, you give me floating
It
people,
wouldn't be a Sucker
I'm
Punch
in.
game if it didn't have photo mode.
right?
In our new
Yeah.
photo mode, we have features such as color grading, depth of field, so you can focus on the right objects. We have a bunch of new features that really underline the motion and movement that's so great about our game. You can control the wind's direction, the
It's
speed.
like our YouTube thumbnails.
You can change out the particles to different types of leaves and fireflies. You can even select a track of music from our original score that might be a little bit more fitting. So if you're into doing a photo, or maybe you actually want to do a video, there's something here for you. Here's a few
That's
that
cool.
I've created.
I mean, the typography and just everything looks so goddamn sick.
Look
Yeah.
at these
The aesthetic
fucking
is so
colors.
good.
Andy, you keep talking about HDR. Like, I can't wait to see this, Greg. On your
Yeah.
TV, this is
Oh, yeah.
going to look so spectacular.
Dude, again, back to First Light, because we challenged everybody to platinum it on PS I Love You. I was playing that the other day. Even that looks great. But I mean, not like this, but in terms of HDR.
A Japanese voice track option with subtitles is a perfect fit for our game. So I'm happy to say that before the first scene even starts, you'll be able to turn this option on.
お侍様の戦い方じゃない。何を申す。
You can turn it on, but there won't be captions.
侍どころじゃないよ。このお方は猛虎を打ち滅ぼすため。
Sick.
Like, they are going for what fans ask for in these
Yeah.
presentations.
Also, excellent presentation. This
Yeah.
is
Yeah, no,
actually
this is
a fucking
great.
game.
Like this has
Here
been
at
the best
Sucker
state of
Punch, we're
play so
huge
far.
Give me
fans
gold
of
for it, but I'm
samurai
happy.
cinema. We wanted to create a way for you to feel like you're playing your favorite samurai movie.
Wow.
So we created
dude,
a
that's
windy,
Dude.
black and white, film grained out mode that you can turn on from the very beginning of the game.
Dude, the nipples are so hard right now.
Dude. Oh my god, this is cool.
The goosebumps, oh my god.
Dude, that soundtrack is ridiculous.
Look at those leaves, guys.
I never thought I would be excited to play a black and white game on my screen.
I thought Kevin was the voiceover.
This is crazy, guys.
Today, we've shared with you some of the unique ways that you can explore the island of Tsushima. We've also shared with you some of the ways that you can fight as a samurai, or assassinate as the ghost, or customize Jin, or play in special ways. But we have so much more to show you in the future. Ghost of Tsushima comes out on July 17th. Thank you so much for watching today. We'll see you later.
Fuck Paper Mario.
Get that lame ass dork shit out of here.
I'm actually very excited for Paper Mario.
Don't try to take it back now. You said fuck Paper Mario, all right?
I mean, that's how you do a presentation, man.
Do it, man.
That's all we want. Assassin's Creed. Come on. Don't promise gameplay, not do anything. Oh, hey, and it was a state of play too without the. And now our friends at Sucker Punch.
Here's the thing, like, as the only person in the company who's not paid off by Sony,
I hate you.
like, I love that. That was great.
As somebody that makes a lot of money off of Sony, that's fantastic, man. Like
that was great.
That's I love what state of play is turning into. That is how you show off a game. That is how you like. This is one of those things. Nintendo Direct. Take note when you're doing a single player, especially those RPGs and stuff. They're always deep diving in ways that aren't accessible to people that don't know about the game. This is how you do it, man. Like this is making a new IP relevant to people, getting them excited about so many different things.
Yeah, like my biggest thing was before this, the thing I was looking forward to seeing was the open world and saying like, okay, what like we've seen gameplay, we've seen what combat looks like from previous E3s. We never really got a taste of what the open world looks like and what the open world is like to explore. And so seeing like off the bat them showing like, oh yeah, when you place a waypoint, we then have a system that we've implemented that has wind essentially guide you. And as you're exploring, like you'll have birds that'll come through, and the birds will lead you to like a side quest.
Yeah,
like those are such cool ideas that are very that increase that like immersive feeling when you're playing a game like this, right? That's why like Breath of the Wild was the thing I kept pointing back to, because when I think of Breath of the Wild, right, like that's a game that I played and I got very much engrossed in the world because of the ways that the world naturally would invite you to feel curious and explore. And they started off this presentation by using curiosity as a word. Like we want to inspire curiosity, and so the ways in which they showed they're going to do that, right? Like the wind stuff, the bird stuff, just how beautiful the world is, right? Like the way they have this shot right here where you're looking around and just seeing like, oh yeah, the possibilities where I can go and where I can do feel endless. Like bravo on how they showed that.
That's the thing for me is like you talking about Breath of the Wild. Like I feel like the elevation of that game, like the amount of mountains, like it made you want to climb them. That was a gameplay function mixed with the environmental kind of not storytelling, but gameplay telling of it trying to guide you to what you want to do. Yeah. And what I love about this is the visuals are so tied into the gameplay here, where we're more so than any game I can think of. There's so many particle effects of leaves and different colored things flying through the air that feel like they have a purpose, like they feel like they should be in this world, but there's a gameplay thing tied to them. Like I love this wind idea. Like it all of a sudden made a beautiful game a potentially amazing gameplay experience.
Yeah, like an engrossing game.
Yeah, this like a lot of the overall exploring and combat, I don't see a whole lot different here than a lot of other open world games, but I think they just brilliantly highlighted what sets this game apart from other open world titles. And they had to do that so that everybody after the fact doesn't go, looks like every other open world game. Like I think they just knew what to show, and I think they highlighted everything so perfectly.
And you can call it gust of wind at any point to find your direction. Pretty cool.
Oh, these colors,
dude!
Man.
Just watching, I'm watching 4K over here right now. Just the way like the wind's going through his cape/cloak, whatever you want to call it, and causing ripples on that.
Like it's so cool too, seeing this from Sucker Punch, to where me and Greg were playing First Light earlier this week, and like I think of Infamous Second Son, and I think like about how like that game had a great open world, right? Like it's you're traversing Seattle, you're like flying through it, you're getting to explore and all that stuff. the jump from that to this, where it does feel like more of an explorative experience than Infamous. Like Infamous always felt like the world was more of a playground, and you get to like fly around and do activities and do that checklist thing. But here it actually feels like you're getting to explore.
Yeah, it's doing what, or at least it looks like it's doing, is eliminating one of my biggest problems with Infamous. Is that I always talked about how Infamous, when it jumped to Second Son, kept what the core of Infamous was, which was, to your point, Bless, a great playground. But it was like, go here and there's a giant mission arrow pointing down kind of thing, right? Where it was like, okay, I don't feel like this is a cool version of Seattle. It's beautiful, but I am very much running around just doing things. Even in First Light right now, grinding out challenges for the trophies. Like, it's like, okay, I'm just looking for this next objective, this next icon on the map. Whereas here, it does look more about like, let's get you lost in this. Let's get you to explore this island. Let's get you to learn what it actually is.
So this is definitely probably going to be something discussed on PS I Love You a lot in the coming weeks, but just to get a taste of it here, where do you guys think this is going to land in reviews now that we've seen this?
I mean, honestly, like I'm at the point, and I this is actually a topic I brought up on PS I Love You about like a month or so ago, of like, are we excited for Ghost of Tsushima? Like, where is our hype levels for it? Because up to this point, I've not necessarily been super hyped. Like, I've been looking forward to it. I've been excited for it. Like, everything I've seen seems cool, but I've never reached the tipping point of like, oh snap, I need this now. Oh snap, I really want to play this game. This feels like something fresh. This feels like something new. And I feel like finally I'm at the point where I was like right before Horizon released, where I remember like the last trailer before Horizon, where I was like, oh shoot, this looks really cool. This looks next level. I can't wait to jump into that. This for me feels like it could be the next Horizon for Sony. And so with that, like I could see this like landing at like probably like 9s. You know, that's, I mean, if we want to put a number on it. Either way, I think it's gonna review well. But yeah, like I think we'll see where it lands. But yeah, like 9s is my guess.
Yeah,
well,
so
let's put down the gauntlet right now, Tim. Right, like you and I won't be on PS I Love You, but I think we have to put down numbers right now.
Yeah,
and the loser has to, or the winner gets pizza from everybody.
Okay.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say like the
everybody.
One day 3 pizzas are going to show up at somebody's house.
I love it. I mean, my thoughts on it are this game. I think this actually might be the first time I've ever seen a showing of a game that makes me feel like it is going to be a 9. Like, I normally feel when I look at it, I'm like, it's either going to be this 10 or it's going to be somewhere else in the 7-8 scale. But like, this really looks like a 9 to me. And I think that it's because they're striving so hard to be that 10. And I think that it's just going to be difficult for them to achieve that. And I think that there will be eventually some setbacks to it. Because the win stuff, all that seems interesting. And they've hinted that there's other systems at play, but I can see it kind of getting like introducing a lot of elements that in a sequel potentially could be way cooler and way deeper. But I mean, oh my God, a 9 is not a bad thing, right? Like that's fantastic. I think this looks way better than when I would normally see one of these type of games shown off where I'd be like, oh, that's probably going to hit the like 8 range, you know, or 7.5 even. This doesn't look like that to me. I'm really hoping that this breaks through. And, you know, like looking back at Days Gone, I know a lot of fans love it, but critically it didn't do that well. I think this one critically will be well received.
I think gameplay wise, it looks to sort of hit on a lot of different notes that we kind of expect from a lot of games like this. But I think what'll really set it apart is story. And if it can come through with an incredible story that is like top to bottom, really well paced, with side quests that matter and don't feel added or tacked on, I think that's what's going to take it to the next level. Because again, like I feel that way about a lot of Sony first party games where it's the story that really boosts it up to a much higher rating. Otherwise, like if there's terrible lines of dialogue with bad acting and stupid story beats, and I'll be like, this that could change it for me. That could change the whole vibe of it.
That's a really good point, and especially for me, like earlier Greg was asking if I'm going to play this. Like traditionally, this wouldn't be the type of game that I would be interested in, and I think that a story is going to be the thing that could change that. It could make this something that's very special to me, and I think that so far I have high hopes on that end because like even what we just saw, I don't know if we're seeing this again right now, but like the aspect ratio changing, they're going for a very cinematic vibe.
Yeah.
That's shown off multiple times throughout this the state of play, where we see the aspect ratio change. We see there's the black and white mode. There's the just the voice acting changing. You can choose Japanese. Like they obviously give a fuck about making this a cinematic experience that's backed up with awesome gameplay. And with that, you expect an amazing story. And I feel like if they have the balls to come out here and really show us, look, we're taking all these extra steps to give the fans what they want, that shows me confidence in we have a good story.
And also they care about the user experience ultimately. Like I think that's super important for them to even showcase photo mode and character customization. I think that's like they know what people want out of these. You know, we don't want to. I think we tend to get pretty bored with a really long, drawn out mission that just seems to last forever. But for them to sort of show and highlight certain moments from, oh, here's what stealth kind of looks like. Here's what it looks like when you encounter multiple people. Here's what it looks like when you drop down on enemies. I think showing those small little snippets of kind of moment to moment action mixed in with features that we care about. Like we care about customization. We care about photo mode. I think they fucking nailed this shit, dude.
Before we leave, I have one question for you guys. Will you play in English or Japanese?
I'm playing English.
I'm playing in English, but that's because I'm a filthy casual.
I'm a dubs over subs guy. Yeah,
I'm definitely a dubs over subs guy, but the fact that this game is putting this kind of focus on that, it makes me be like, you know what? Fuck it. I might want that extra little epicness to add to this whole experience. So we'll see. I'm 50-50 on it. I don't know.
But also, I'm a dumbass. Like I like, it's hard.
Yes,
like
you are.
I can't fully understand English all the time, and I need the English subtitle that goes with the English dialogue for me to even understand it. You know?
Yeah, no, I'm the exact same way. To where like, and I have the thing where I glance at my phone while I'm playing a game, and so like I need the dialogue in the background so I can just know what's going on.
No
The
phone
fact
for
that
you,
this game
Bless.
the fact that this game is this cinematic, also while being an open world, is really impressive. I just want to mention that. Like,
that's a good.
We don't really get that that often.
Yeah, I'm gonna play in English. I wish I could play it in Japanese, but I can't. Like that's always been my thing with the Yakuza games, is games that are in Japanese and having to read the captions and stuff, and then I feel like I'm missing something in the frame. And for something that's this cinematic, that again it looks like it's trying to tell this story, try to wrap you in this world, try to get you invested in this character. I think at least on that first playthrough, and I'm sure you can switch it on and off. So maybe once I've eased into who Jin is and I actually understand the characters and everything else to do it. For me, it's more about just watching this again and again over here and clicking around and seeing all the different colors and the different leaves and the different foliage. Like I want to see all this, like we're talking about in 4K HDR, but then I also do want to do that samurai cinema mode because that looks fucking awesome. Black and white, rainy all the time, wind blowing in. Maybe I'll just do it for epic fights. Like, you know what I mean? Like I'm going back to do a boss fight that I've lost at before, come in and drop that way.
From the tech side, an important thing to point out is HDR in some ways would actually make black and white even more impressive. Like that will allow that difference of knowing the shadows and like understanding the, that it gets rid of that crunch down, like shitty black and white that we see. So it's like, man, I can't wait to see the samurai mode in action. Oh man,
fucking awesome.
This is going to be insane. Yeah. I can't wait.
Let us know in the comments below if you're going to play the game in Japanese or English. If you're excited for this, anything else you want to let us know. We're going to be reacting to all of the things this summer. E3 is now a lifetime. It is it's no longer 1 week. It is just what we experience forever. And we're going to be experiencing it with you every single day here on youtube.com/kindoffunnygames, twitch.tv/kindoffunnygames, all the different places. We're on the podcast services. Search for Kind of Funny. We have a plethora of podcasts for you to listen to. We are going to be starting, if you're watching live, the Kind of Funny Games cast soon for patreon.com/kindoffunnygames supporters. We'll be there. Hope you will be too. Until next time. Peace.